There are certain experiences in life where you feel time itself does slow down. For example, if you're ever in the gym and you jump on a treadmill, you think, I'm just going to do 20 minutes on the treadmill. You think, I must have done about 15 minutes. Look down, you've done 4. Or if you've ever been asked to do a plank for a minute, that doesn't last for a minute, it lasts about an hour. It got me thinking, what examples are there of when time does in fact slow down when you are a teacher? So here are some examples. First up, we've got afternoons after wet play. These are brutal. A marathon, an endurance test of your patience and sanity. Because we know if children have not been outside and got some fresh air due to adverse or extreme weather conditions, and they have to be extreme, we will send them out as much as we can. No, get outside. It's not raining. It's barely, that's not hailstones. It's barely spitting. Get out. We know if the children have been inside all day, the afternoon is a write-off, and that 2-hour period feels like about 7. Next up, we've got Ronseal staff meetings. Ronseal staff meetings, surely, Mr. P, all staff meetings time seems to slow down. Well, if you've got a particular someone coming into your school to do technology training, that time flies when you're having fun. And if you are interested, head to mrpict.com. No, a Ronseal staff meeting is a particular type of meeting where they do exactly what they say on the slides. These are the staff meetings where someone will waste an hour of your life simply reading what's on a PowerPoint when they could just email you that, read it in your own time. Happy days. Next up for me, and this is limiting as a primary school teacher, so I can only imagine what it must be like for secondary school teachers, but it's when you have to carry out a test or an exam. You know, when you're doing like little tests, it's like, children, you cannot talk. This test is half an hour. You need to get on with it quietly, and you're just sat there, obviously keeping an eye on them, but my God, that half an hour seems like forever, especially if you've got a child who seems to finish within 2 minutes and then just wants to mess about. And you're like, no, read your book quiet, check it over again, then read your book quietly. Everyone else needs to finish. Time drags. It's up on this list of when time does in fact slow down as a teacher. Oh, it's got to be when you're teaching the topic of time, because there's only a few topics you teach as a primary school teacher where genuinely hardly anyone ever grasps it. Even I struggle with it sometimes, and it's like, please, can we just teach digital? Pretty much everything is digital now. Teaching analog, 2:15, it is, you definitely need a drink or two after it. Up is when you decide to be proactive and embrace a bit of technology and use it during the lesson, but inevitably that technology fails because for some reason the internet in schools seems to still be on dial-up. They take forever. If you're waiting for a website to load or a resource to load or a video and it buffers, it seems to buffer for eternity, and it is forever, and you're like, oh, why did I bother? Should have just stayed with paper. And the last one for now is when you've been on break duty, you've got 110 things to get on with in class, bell's gone for the end of break, but you've just seen a child do something they shouldn't have done. You've gone over and asked them to explain why they've made that bad choice, and they are making excuses, going around the houses, just doing everything other than actually owning up to what they've done, which you have just seen with your own eyes. I swear I think Elton John did a placement with my class when he wrote the song Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word. It's like, no, listen, we've not got time for this, yeah? Just admit to what you've done, apologise, let's talk about not doing it again, and we can get back to class.